Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Goettling and GINO Fronti.
Well, happy smoking hot Saturday. You're here with Don Goettling and GINO Fronti for our weekly Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance show. For over 6 years, we've had the pleasure of joining you every Saturday right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., sharing with you what you need to know, want to know, should know about real estate, finance, your community, and so much more.
So, Don, you alluded to the 6 years we've been doing this, so I want to make sure to introduce you to donandgino.com. That's our hub. That's where we can introduce you to everything we've done, including every single one of these shows is cataloged on that website if you go to our YouTube channel.
YouTube channel, believe it or not, you guys are like, I kind of heard about you guys, but our goal since we started this over 6 years ago when the economy was just in catastrophe zone, and nobody knew which way was up, which way was down. So we started the show to help give you some advice and some ideas of what you can do based on your particular scenario and give you guys solutions during the tumultuous times in the real estate industry. And since then, we've added on so much more to our repertoire to help you with our goal of guiding you the personal financial wellness.
Yep. And we've done that over the years. And I'm actually super proud that we've been able to achieve that because I don't know if we knew what that meant when we threw it out there and we said that's what we wanted to do. But I think we've achieved it. I think we set out, we put something there, and we've lived it. And we've done a great job by putting together a lot of professionals in our life to help advise you every single day, because we don't know everything. So what we did is we brought in people that know a lot about their particular subject.
Well, the beautiful thing, Gino, as you and I know, with the great guests, and we bring on the best professionals we can find in all of Santa Cruz and the nation, and it has educated Gino and I. We learned something from each of these professionals because these are the guns. These are not just newbies wanting to promote their business and try to build their business. These are experts in their field of expertise and sharing with you what you really need to know to help guide you to personal and financial wellness.
Yeah, and so what we're alluding to is America's Professional Resource Group, Don. Really, that's been one of the cruxes that came out of this radio show was, God, these people are so great, and we've used them ourselves.
We use all of them.
We use all of them ourselves.
Right.
This is our trusted, I call it my life team, right? So this is our new life team. Write that down, Scott. I'll forget that later.
Life team.
Yeah.
Okay, writing that down.
But this is our life team. This is who helps me in my life to make sure that I can sleep well at night, to make sure that I'm protected. And, Don, you use all the same people.
Absolutely.
And so that's why we feel totally comfortable referring you to them, because we know you're in good hands. We know you're going to get the best care.
All right, so if you want to learn more about some of these, we got a couple of different places. One, as Gino alluded to, go to donandgino.com, donandgino.com, and click on the YouTube channel. There's literally 1,700 videos of interviews with some of the top professionals, and you can pull up anything from estate planning to bankruptcy to college planning, insurance planning, financial planning, college. I mean, you name it, it's in there. But you'll see that these professionals, one, they're local. They're committed to our community. They are involved in our community. They give back to our community. And they're accountable to us and have been for years now accountable to us. So check out, again, donandgino.com. Click on the YouTube channel. But also, we have another full website dedicated to America's Professional Resource Group.
Yeah, and so just to give you a small example, we have Lou Esmond, who everybody thinks of as a bankruptcy attorney, but excuse me, he's a business attorney. He does a lot of different things, and one of the things he does is debt settlement. And we have a client right now that he just last week settled over $200,000 in debt for $15,000. That's life-changing for that individual. To save $200,000, unbelievable.
Well, what's nice is what Gino also is alluding to is we talk about how we now have this extension of all these professionals depending on what area that we need to assist you. A good professional doesn't just do their job. They make sure that they help you with your life. I mean, they ask the right questions on how they can steer you in the right direction. If we just did a refinance or a purchase loan and we didn't ask questions like how long you're going to live in the home, what's important to you, down payment, what's important to you payment-wise, and anything else, all the questions we ask lots of questions to help guide you. Plus, depending on those questions, we have professional help. Okay. And then you wanted to help this particular individual with financing, but you couldn't unless you got past Roadblock. Roadblock.
Well,
Yeah.
So that was one individual. So then I got a different individual that ended up going to Chris Ingram because they had some assets that were completely locked up, and I couldn't get to those assets. And those assets would help me pay down credit card debt, increase their FICO score, and allow them to get a better loan over 30 years. So I introduced them to Chris Ingram. We're going to have access to those funds. We're going to be able to fix their credit so that when they do refinance, they get the best loan possible because you don't want to pay an extra 1/4 or 3/8% on interest rate for 30 years.
But wait a minute, Gino, this happens with internet lenders too, right?
Sure.
All right, be careful. You only get what you pay for. You don't get any more than what you pay for. Now, remember, you think you're saving 1/8%, maybe at best, going with the internet lender because you have somebody who isn't actually a true professional. They're just answering phones. We are true professionals, been trained for, I have over 30 years experience. Gino, between us and our team, has got 75 years experience, I think. It's ridiculous.
And we just see things that others don't see. When I look at a file, I see opportunities that others don't see. In fact, I just structured one today. They were getting a quote 3.875 somewhere else. I structured it in a different manner at 4.375. They're going to save money every single month because they have no mortgage insurance. So there's lots of different ways to skin this cat.
And
Rate's
there's
not
different
everything.
ways to handle mortgage insurance, of course, different ways to handle down payments. We come up with solutions also, meaning if you're, say you're buying a brand new place, but you're like, I don't know how we're ever going to do the landscaping. I mean, I'm not going to have that extra 30, 40 grand or whatever. We restructured their loan with a different type of loan with less down payment so that they now can pay cash towards their home improvements and not acquiring other debt.
I know
That's
exactly
more
which one
expensive.
you're talking about.
Yep.
And the payment was exactly the same.
Yeah, exactly the same
Yep.
payment. And they're like, are you kidding me? That works.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's more ways to skin a cat, as they say. But we put all these people together in a group called America's Professional Resource Group, as we mentioned. And you can find out more by going to aprgi.com. That's aprgi.com. You'll find out some more. You'll even find 3 or 4 of our magazines that we put together with articles. There's no ads. You'll find no ads. Remember, our goal is to give advice and information and instruction and education. That's it. So America's Professional Resource Group is all about that.
Well, speaking of that, too, there's another thing that we do that's on a daily basis. When we first started the show, if you've been a fan of the show...
Wait, there's more.
Yeah. If you've been a fan of the show for 6 years, thank you, first of all.
Yes.
You're the one. But when we started the show, we used to do the Word on Wealth, and we wanted to make sure, but 8 minutes a week was not enough to tell you what was going on in the nation, or to debunk the myths, or to not give you any fake news, so to speak.
We love messing with the media because they'll spin it both directions, negative and positive, with the same report. How do they do that?
It's just to get your eyeballs.
Exactly.
So what we do is we break it down and we make sure to give you an unbiased opinion. We do that through the National Real Estate Cafe. You can also go to donandgino.com to reach the National Real Estate Cafe, or you can send a text message and get them right to your phone if you text NREC to the number 58885, and then you'll get a video, short video. We try to keep them as close to 2
between 2 to 5
minutes
minutes, depending on the content.
Yeah, sometimes you need 4 or 5 minutes to really dig into something, to really get into something.
And this is great information. Again, no selling, no spam, no nothing. We don't promote anything other than give you education that you can either learn yourself or share with other family members, coworkers, and friends.
Some examples are the difference between conventional and government financing, FHA loans versus VA loans. We did a whole section on veterans this week in honor of the 4th of July.
We're going to talk more about that today, by the way.
Talked a lot about the veterans VA loans.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. If you are a vet or know of a vet, and we pretty much all do, and we love our vets and they deserve great things, we have some great loan options for them. We're going to talk about that in the next segment, so don't go away on that.
Yep. So the bottom line is with the National Real Estate Cafe is every single day we give you a short snippet to educate you what's going on in the economy with no spin.
Exactly. And that's the key, because I don't know how many times we'll see a report and the media will jump all over and say, see, the real estate market's crashing because we had one bad report. There's so many factors that could be. It could be a regulation change.
Weather.
It could be weather. It could be another country. It could be something happened in Europe over that time.
Lack of inventory.
Could be an election.
Lots of things affect reports. So we try to debunk them and look at trends and not reports.
All right. So you can find all that information by going to donandgino.com. DONANDGINO. You'll find a wealth of information, great videos, all kinds of resources for you. Also, you can go to our Facebook page, Don and Gino. You can go to the National Real Estate Cafe. I mean, we have so much resources. Our goal is to educate you. So we're going to continue that for the next 3 segments. You're not going to want to go away because we have great loans for vets. We have great loans for first-time home buyers. And then we're going to tell you what's really happening in the real estate market today and some success tips on how to be successful in such a challenging market today when we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show.